This TV show gets 4.5 bananas out of 5 according to the NoMoreStinkyMonkeys.com website. Danny McBride is the type of success story that wannabe filmmakers only dream about. McBride and his two college buddies decided they wanted to make a movie down near their Georgia home, so they filmed a story about an out-of-shape Taekwondo instructor who owns a storefront school in a suburban mall and thinks he's the next Jean-Claude Van Damme. The movie is called The Foot Fist Way, which is the literal translation for Taekwondo. The movie has no chance of being released because it is made on a zero budget with one recognizable face, but it does have the acting of star Danny McBride. When a DVD finds its way to Hollywood, some comedy heavyweights like Will Ferrell and Ben Stiller get a hold of it and find it intentionally embarrassing humor right up their alley. They tell everyone they can about it, and suddenly Ferrell, Stiller, and Superbad's Judd Apatow are all hiring McBride for supporting parts in their latest films. Last year he made a splash in Hot Rod, Pineapple Express, and Tropic Thunder. He was funny and all and eventually got his own movie released. The comedy bigwigs were right. The Foot Fist Way's potential was there. McBride's acting and the script was good, but the movie lacked steam, something possibly due to the amateur direction. Well, the three college buddies, the other two are Ben Best and Jody Hill, have banded together again to write a new sitcom for HBO called Eastbound and Down. They take perhaps the most crass, vulgar, and selfish athlete in the history of fiction and send him to a place that's worse than the minor leagues, back home to his middle-class neighborhood outside Atlanta. Without a fastball or a contract, he's forced to become a gym teacher in a local grammar school and live in a small room in his contractor brother's house. He's extremely lucky that all the people who live there love him more than Jesus, because their Christianity is the only thing stopping them from throwing him the hell out of Dodge. He does and says obnoxious things by the minute, but in an odd way, he means no harm. He just has an enormously big head. He tells his former girlfriend that he's just a regular person, like her, waiting for death to come. He's not throwing anywhere near his top speed of 101 miles per hour, and he doesn't even get near the plate. But he still believes he can if he just concentrates. Meanwhile, for someone who flew so high, he has the lowest taste in friends. A bartender named Clegg, played by his partner Ben Best, who does lines of coke with him behind the bar. A low-rent floozy, Tracy, played by Sylvia Jeffries, who complains that she itches down there as he tries to sweet-talk her. And an old high school classmate who doesn't remember, named Stevie, played by Steve Little, who worships him and may even secretly love him. Mix in his brother Dustin, played by John Hawkes, sister-in-law Cassie, played by Jennifer Irwin, and his old flame April, played by Katie Mixon, and you have yourself a realistic portrayal of greatness lost and the pain that forced humility brings. He makes it easy to dislike Kenny or even hate him, but you, the audience, like the characters in the show, are more likely to laugh and feel sorry for him. He was somebody big at one time, somebody who won a World Series at the age of 19, wrote a book and made millions of dollars. He played all over the country but made a fool of himself along the way. And you have to figure that in high school every boy wanted to be his friend and every girl wanted to date him. Even though his star has fallen, those same people probably still enjoy being around him a little bit. And if they don't, they were probably jealous of him in the first place. Will Ferrell produces this show and has a bit part as an even more obnoxious Southerner, an owner of a BMW dealership named Ashley Schaefer. And with his Kenny Rogers hair, he rides Kenny Powers so hard, you not only feel sorry for Kenny, but you hate Will Ferrell. That's quite a double play. This show is hit and miss as far as the comedy because it would rather stray toward reality than get into silly hijinks. But when it's funny, it's hilarious. And people, please send their kids to bed when watching this. It probably is the raunchiest half-hour comedy in the history of TV. Like two of my friends said, if after 2 episodes Kenny Powers is not your hero, then this show is not for you. As Kenny Powers almost says, "You're effing out." From The Predator.